Yeah, look, you got over here for a sec. Our autopsy that we did, the first autopsy at the county medical examiner. Second one was at the Arthur Lane Funeral Home, where the body was delivered for burial, and we did that in the office, and it was about 3-4 hour autopsy, a re-autopsy.
How do your findings resemble or differ from the county autopsy results?
Well, we can't answer that till we see the county. My impression, having done this some 50 years or so, is that they're going to be very similar. I think they're available now. The autopsy records are available now. When it's going to be released is probably up to the prosecutor.
Correct.
A few more. Okay. Right here. Excuse me.
Hang on,
Right here.
right here.
Well, the autopsy itself is consistent with police or witnesses. There are many different witness testimonies. Many of them seem to line up in one direction, some in another direction. Right now, till we get more information, till we get from a forensic science point of view, can't make a definite judgment. Now the lawyers who've interviewed witnesses, we haven't interviewed, we don't interview witnesses, may be impressed with some witnesses who seem more trustworthy than others, and as the police are doing too. This is what juries are supposed to do. Juries are supposed to look at witnesses and tell who's telling the truth and who isn't. Well, lawyers do that all the time. And so they have more information than we have. But right now, from the science point of view, we can't determine which witness, and there are all different kinds of observations made, is most consistent with all of the forensic findings.
Jim in the green. In the green.
Doctor, you mentioned transparency, you mentioned scientific information, and you mentioned standards. Was there any investigative reason, any scientific reason why this information could not have been released after day one? Is there any
Well, no.
why it should not?
This is a judgment based on, and this is one of the things that the family was concerned about. Even though we know when an autopsy is done, when any autopsy is done that you guys go to, 95% of the information is available right away. Stab wounds, gunshot wounds, things like microscopic slides and toxicology, which may be of value but don't determine the cause of death. Whether or not a decedent has cocaine on board might be of value to see why an incident happened, but it has nothing to do with the cause of death. So I think that my impression is that like in most medical examiners' offices, when an autopsy is completed, the medical examiner can release it immediately, or most of it, pending the prosecutor's wishes. Because if the prosecutor says that that's going to interfere with our investigation, then medical examiners hold up, and the families may not know for weeks and months the kind of questions we're talking about.
Two more. Dave, two more. Go ahead, Dave.
Can you speculate on what order the wounds occurred?
I don't think we cannot speculate exact order of gunshot wounds. Forensically, that's impossible. However, Dr. Bodden, I do feel because of the 2 gunshot wounds to the head, indicating that Mr. Brown was bending over as they were coming down, that those 2 shots were most likely the last 2 to occur to him.
That's about as far as we can go. Toxicology results have to be done by the medical examiner at the first autopsy. They get the blood and everything out. Second autopsy, no more blood, and there's been embalming fluids, etc. So we have to wait for the medical examiner, and it depends how quickly they're rushed. The toxicology should be able to be done in a week or 2, but oftentimes it gets on the end of the line of all the other cases that they're dealing with and may take months. But that should be available, especially with your concern and the President's concern. It should be available very soon.
Well, we got a feeling that that toxicology report, like other things, will be released to you sooner than later. There was one question from a non-press person. We wanted to ask it, and then we were gonna, yes, ma'am.
Yes, he could have survived all the that's good, and I should have mentioned something. All of these gunshot wounds were survivable, except for the one in the top of the head that went through the brain.
And all of us here know what happened to Michael. Why hasn't the officer Wilson been arrested?
You want to try to address that?
That you know, well, who gets arrested, as you know, is a political district attorney decision, and it's not a forensic science decision, for good or for bad.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
In terms of process, the congressman said he was not confident that the prosecutor locally would file charges. Does that have to move forward before the federal government takes action?
The family would rather, as they've stated all along, that this whole process be done independently of local law enforcement authorities, because they are concerned that their killer of their child won't be held accountable and they won't get equal justice. Thank you.
No. Yeah, that's correct. That position, because the gun can also be moved in many directions, so we can only tell that the direction it's going in, but
We know
that
he was
direction
kneeling
could
down.
be up or kneeling or down, and that depends on other factors which the lawyers know more than we know. Yes.
You want to point out what the last shot?
Yeah, this is the last shot, and this is the only shot that is not treatable. Well, it went at the top, and it went slightly to the front of from the middle of the brain to sort of the right side of the brain. Yes, it stayed in and was recovered at slightly forward.
Okay,
Slightly.
thank y'all.
Well, only if he was double jointed and it's more likely to be consistent with the other one.
Either kneeling or bending forward. As Attorney Parks said that no. Yeah, let's go. No more questions. Let's go. Let's go. No more questions. We'll answer your question.